All right.
Sounds good.
So good afternoon, everyone. We're very happy to welcome you, whether you're joining us live or whether you're tuning in on our Facebook Live program, stopping by the store. We're just again excited to welcome a children's author, Miss Asia Rainey. Um, she is at Community Book Center, so if you happen to be in the neighborhood, please stop by. Um, Mama Vera usually does a little introduction. She might still be setting up, but while she does, Ms. Asia, would you like to say hello?
Hey, good. And if not, I'm used to introducing myself.
Maybe she can do a little closing once she gets settled as well. So I'm going to mute my camera and then give you the floor.
Okay. Let's see. I hope my camera is okay because it just got very low.
Yeah,
But
I can.
peace, everybody. Uh, thank you for all of those who might join us this afternoon, this evening. My name is Asia Rainey. For those who don't know me, for those that do, hey y'all. We are live here at Community Book Center, one of my favorite places on the planet. A place that it is always on my heart and in my mind that we continue to support, uh, to pour into, pour love into, pour spirit into, because they pour so much into the city of New Orleans, into our youth, into our grown folks, into our old folks, everybody. That has been what it is for a very long time now. Mama Vera, uh, Mama Jennifer over here, my hearts, they are so committed to this work. So committed. So I'm happy to be here with some new work. So that's what we're here to talk about today. I want to tell everybody about the book, and I'm very proud of this new work, and even some other little things that are connected to that work as well. All things that you can get here first. Nowhere else in New Orleans. Everywhere else around the country, you go to them other people, but in New Orleans, you're getting these books here first. So come and support here. This is where you're going to get these signed copies, and I'm hoping the folks that I do know and the ones that don't, that you come down and I can see your face, hug on you, very, COVID distancing, but hug on you nonetheless. And yeah, we're just going to share some love today. So uh, let's see, what should, from here, Mama Vera, are you on here? I think she's muted.
Let me see.
Do
No.
I hear you on here now, Mama Vera? We're unmuted. It's okay. We're gonna jump right in. So I think, if I understand correctly, that the chat that I'm looking at is connected to Facebook and other places. And so, if anybody has questions while we talk and rap, hopefully I can see them and we can, you know, go back and forth. And if you are here and you want to let me know that you're here, please do so. Oh, you're going to enter the questions in the chat. Oh, wonderful. Okay, so beautiful. So the first part, uh, let me introduce you to the book. So it is called Oshun's Book of Mirrors. And this book comes from my spiritual tradition. So if any of you know about African spiritual traditions, the specific tradition of Ifa and others that are connected, I'm a practitioner of that tradition. And the spirit of Oshun uh, is the best way I can describe it is in Ifa, we speak of Orisha. And the Orisha are entities, spirits, energies that are the forces of nature. So everything around you, from transformation and change to the ability to put get your point across, to tell the truth, the ways we bring sweetness into life, so many things. Everything about us, everything about what we do, are a part of this energy of Orisha, right? And as a priest in this tradition, and a writer and a poet and a lot of other things. I was inspired to write this book because I wanted our children, to have a different start in approaching this, not only the tradition, but the tenets of it, the understanding of what it speaks to, what it teaches us, how it helps and connects to whatever spiritual system we're in. So I, I chose one of those Orisha, Oshun, to start with, simply because I felt that it was an area of so just utmost importance when it comes to our children. The book centers around the main character, Oshun, as a child, and she goes on a journey of self discovery. She's trying to figure out the thing that we are all often trying to figure out, uh, who we are, why we're here, how we define ourselves. And as she walks through this journey, she asks other people. And the interesting thing is, what you'll find in the book is that the spirits that she comes across, they give her their perspective based on their experiences, based on where they're standing, which is what most people do when we try to define ourselves based on someone else's perspective. If anybody knows about that. uh, and what she has to learn in this journey is how to define who she is for herself. Um, so the story, it's meant to again teach children about the energy of Oshun, and but you don't have to be an Ifa practitioner or practice, you know, African spiritual traditions. You can be Buddhist, Baptist, Islam, Catholic. The messages are the same. In any good church, in any good temple, any good mosque that you go into, I know that there's always the spirit of what you're going to find in this book, which is one thing. When you see Oshun depicted, sometimes, well, you see her often depicted with a mirror in her hand. Some people misunderstand what that means. They think it's about vanity or about, oh, I'm so pretty. And it might be a little bit of that, right? But what this is really speaking to is self reflection, seeing self with clarity, with truth, uh, self affirmation, being able to not just say, I want to be, but I am. Um, Oshun goes through this journey in the book, and it's important to me not only that children get this message, but that the reader does, right? And that they're instilling this, imbuing uh, this energy into their children, so that they, while they are trying to empower their children, nephews, nieces, children, whoever it is, that they're also giving them the keys to empower themselves. That this is just the way they grow up. It's the norm that they say, whomever I am and in whatever shell I've come in and with all my uniqueness, I'm beautiful. I'm intelligent. I'm strong. And I'm supposed to be unique. Nobody can be better at me being me than me, right? And so it's meant to give them that kind of word from day one, So imagine getting that kind of energy and you 2 years old, right? Before you even get to kindergarten, somebody tell you ugly, tell you your hair is not, straight enough, or your skin's not light enough, or all this other stuff. The teachers tell you you can't be that doctor or astronaut. Way before those things happen, these babies got this book in their hand and they know better, right? So that is Oshun's Book of Mirrors, and this is actually New Orleans getting the secret. This is actually the first part of a series. This is the first book, so I really, really look forward to seeing this in hands around the world, not just here, not just in the country, but it's moving. So I had to come home personally. This is my first book tour stop, uh, to say I wanted home to have this in their hands first for our babies. Because I'm telling you, I spoke to someone who they told me that their child had experienced so much trauma in the last year, um, that they just were so scattered, so all over the place, so in sitting inside of grief and didn't know what to do with it. That it just made me think more and more why I knew it was so important to make sure I gave this book as my little offering, because in our streets, like I'm from the Lower Ninth Ward, If anybody, those who don't know, from back of town, across the canal, Charbonnet Street. What's up? What's up? um, we didn't always get those words. I was too dark, right? My hair wasn't straight enough. I was too tall or too this. Is always too something, right? And nobody told me that I was enough. So how can we use these pieces of literature, these this all the art, the poetry, the music, everything that we do, everything we create? How can we begin to use these things more to put that seed in our children long before people cut their flowers, right? So then, um, something I haven't promoted a lot, but it's been right here at Community Book Center for quite some time. But while this book was in production, I kept having dreams about mamas and daddies and aunties and everybody reading this book to their children. I kept seeing them, that reading me a bedtime story kind of reading happen. And what hit me is, what if that mama hasn't gotten that message yet? What if that auntie and that uncle and whoever it is reading that story doesn't believe that they're beautiful or unique, or everything that they've done has a purpose, or that they haven't healed from their traumas, or they're still carrying around a bunch of things within them that they haven't found a place for? And so, before this book actually hit the shelves, I decided to do this. Uh, this is called the Book of Mirrors. It is a journal workbook for everybody. And basically, what it does is, this is actually my process. So don't think I'm Jan Van Zanten, y'all. I'm bringing y'all through what I had to go through myself, right? uh, but this book is what I do a lot as a teacher, as a creative writing teacher. If I feel like I've done something and I did it pretty well, I realize as a teacher, we have to break a thing down. We have to deconstruct it, unpack it, so that then we can teach it to someone else. So I took a part of my journey of healing and put it in a journal workbook so that people could have a roadmap, a tool, in order to do some of this, how we say, shadow work and the kind of stuff that people are doing now. Basically, it asks you to choose moments in your life that were significant, and they don't have to be big situations. Sometimes it can be a moment, but to choose that moment, and it brings you up through a process of what I call excavating that moment, digging into it, understanding its immediate impact, its emotional impact, its long-term impact. And then once you've done all of that lovely work, now you're sitting here with what we most of us sit here with, is we have all this stuff, and we get a broom and we say, I'm gonna sweep it under the rug, and then I gotta keep it moving. And that ain't it. Because the issue is that all of the emotions that we deal with, they're energy. Energy is matter. Matter does not die. So the things that we go through, things that we deal with, and all this emotional baggage, it does not just go anywhere just because we say get in the closet and stay there where I can't see it. So this book, this book right here, um, it helps you to walk through that process, and then once you've gotten to that critical point of understanding what those things are, it helps you to think about what to do with them, with some very practical, let's get her done kind of work. So this is for the grown folks. And then once the grown folks have gotten some of that work, then we sit with our babies and we make sure that the generational trauma, the baggage and stuff that we pulled through blood from our mothers and grandmothers, grandfathers and fathers, and that we are not continuing to spread the virus through our blood, not continuing to just give our children the same mess, the same ways of thinking, the same um, inability to show affection or to be able to share our truths and our emotions, to be able um, to be more whole human beings, right? My whole wish, my whole prayer is that once we go from the Book of Mirrors to Oshun's Book of Mirrors, that we are healing ourselves as families, and just coming together and doing what we do best, which is to love each other, right? So that's it. So I would love to hear any questions anybody has, comments, and if not, then I'm here, and we're gonna do what we do because I'm home and I'm happy to be home. Uh, no, because I think I don't know what I see. Let me mute myself. I'll be right back, y'all. I'll be right back. I'm not sure. It's okay. Let's see. So, will the rest of the books in your series be for children? So that's a very good question, and that was a sneaky question too. I'm not. So, yes, and uh, the books are progressive, meaning they will be centered around each Orisha. And keep in mind now, even I'm saying it for children, but I've had adults that were like, I like that, you know. But when it gets to a culminating point, the books then sort of graduate in terms of the content and get a little more. If I can get that back, I'm so sorry. I'm not sure what that is. But it's maybe it's the spirits talking to us saying we're doing good. That's okay. So anyway, while we're waiting for other questions, some other things that I want to share. I'm actually in Georgia now. I had to kind of leave the nest a little bit, but I'm still close by and still coming in town. Um, but I also wanted to talk about Community Book Center and my publishing company, which is Nine Pages Media. I'm really happy to announce that we've been able to put out some amazing titles over the last 2 years. Some of them that are right here. One by my one of my best friends on the planet, Shakandria Sibley. Hers is available here. My name is pronounced Holy. Is one of the most excellent books of poetry. If I must say so myself, and I'm not just saying that because that's my bud. It's just because she's doggone brilliant. Um, Correa Ani and uh, My Big Black Audacity. That title is here as well. And there are a few others that are floating around, and I'm trying to make sure that all of those titles by us make their way to Community Book Center as well, and that some of those authors also uh, get to come here and visit and talk and do the same thing I'm doing right now to tell you about what they're doing. And there'll be, a few other things to come down the pipeline as well. I'll be working on some nonfiction as well soon in the next year, and so I'll let you know when that is coming too. And so, as far as the publishing is concerned, I get a lot of questions about that, and folks say, "Well, how can I get published?" The first part is to finish finish the book, um, and if you feel that you can't and you are stuck with the idea in your head and you can't get it out, that's a question to send to get to me because some things that I try to pass on to authors about how to sort of get over that hump of not knowing how to get to the culminating point and have a draft that's ready for someone to really start to work with. So you can always reach me at asiarainey@gmail.com, ASIARAINEY@gmail.com, with any questions about publications that you're trying to do. And that's fiction, nonfiction, children's books. We've done cookbooks, we've done all kinds of stuff. So we come with, we try to always involve us. So all of our illustrators, photographers, graphic artists are all Black folk, and I love it. And I'm always looking for more. Like, oh, as a matter of fact, oh my goodness, what I did not say, and it's so important. My illustrator, who is
Mm.
absolutely gangster, her name is Cherie Mays. She is a Black illustrator out in these streets, and her work, y'all, stellar, stellar, stellar. So uh, look out for that name if you are looking for someone to do that kind of work. Oh, thank you for putting that in the comments. Hey, cousin, how you doing? We are doing live. I'm gonna hug in a second. Y'all want to meet my cousin?
Live?
Come here, come see.
Oh, I gotta
Cause it's birthday time too. I know it's birthday time. Y'all my cousin here. Okay, cause y'all gonna hear her call me by my government name. Don't judge me.
hello.
See,
Congratulations, Trinette, on your book.
it ran the family. See how cute she is. Happy
Thank
birthday,
you.
cousin.
Thank you.
I'm
Love
coming,
you,
child.
girl.
We've been talking about the books and all kinds of
All
stuff.
right. Awesome.
But yes, y'all, you see, it's I want to say hey. But it's so much good stuff, and so I mean, me doing it, y'all. If those who know me, I've been around for a while as a spoken word artist in the community, an advocate for children, a teacher, and all the other 10 jobs, right? And I'm still here, even if I don't live here. Ain't nothing but a short walk or plane ride anyway. But I'm always here in spirit, and I'm always here to support community and what y'all trying to do too. Because here's the thing: this this book was nothing but a thought. Oh, and I should tell the story behind this book, but I want to tell you how. Don't let those ideas stay in that notebook under the bed, uh, in some notes in your phone. Really allow your ideas to take flight. The friend that I mentioned, Khan, we on the phone like most mornings, and I told her one day that this sister in Mississippi had asked me to do something I normally, which is to go and do a children's party, and do storytelling for her daughter for her birthday. And I was like, I don't know what to do at this party. In the poems I got ain't for children. I don't know. And so I had 3 weeks, and I said, well, I'm gonna write a story because I'm extra, and I can't just come to community and get a book to read to the children. So what do? I'm like, I gotta write. And 3 weeks passed the night before, and I hadn't written the story. And then I just sat down, and it poured out. The next day, I go to the party. Children love the story. I called Con and said, Con, children like the story. Must be nice. And I read it to her, and she was like, that's dope. That should be a book. And I was like, okay. But we say that stuff all the time, and then again, the idea stays in the back seat of the car under your shoes or something. You know what I mean? We have to believe in first our own work, that what we do is worthy, and tell ourselves. And then we have to not just say, I'm going to dream it, I'm going to believe in it, but then we got to have steps, because there's a point A and a point B. And if we just sitting there looking at point B saying, it's going to be good when I get there, I'm going to get there one day, and never start the steps, that idea is going to stay in the back seat. Somebody else is going to do it, and you're going to be mad. So, let's say they back there saying, mm-hmm. But really, we got to do it. We got to do these things because this book, both of these books are from my learned experience. I did not learn this in college. I started college, but I didn't learn these things in school. I learned these things being here, being a part of the community, uh, reaching God the way I reach God in the language I understand, and all of these things. That's where this stuff comes from. And what I know is, yeah, I'll say this in life. I'm genius, right? But so is her and her. Everybody's got their own genius. Do something with it. Don't how do you say, don't be basic. Be spiritually gangster and get out here and do the things that you are on this earth to do. Um, what you say also? Yeah, the inspiration of the idea, man. And I think that sometimes the idea can seem so big that it overwhelms us, right? just like I was talking about when it came to doing the workbook and figuring out how to come up with that, a very important thing is to break a thing down. For instance, and I'll give y'all this tidbit. Put it on the tab. Let me see my money. But sometimes, say you have a story, idea, whatever it is. Don't try to sit there and just write all the stuff down at one time, please. Because you're gonna make yourself mad. You're gonna throw the computer across the room. Usually, you know exactly what it is that you want to say, but you haven't compartmentalized it to a degree that you can make it make sense. Don't try to write the story. Write, just write them down. And that's a beautiful place to start. I just did this for the other book that I'm telling you about that's not a children's book I'm about to get started on. I sat there with my coffee on the porch one morning and wrote every chapter title down. And so I can literally go on this retreat and write this book as soon as I stop. But I want you to, whatever it is, whether it's that clothing line or that new salon you want to open or whatever the thing is, just begin to do the work to manifest what it is that you want to do. You got it. You got it. So, and then when you get all going where you have wake up creative, so manifest ideas that you, if you've ever done this, even with something small, it's that feeling of when you get up and you push it, and you have to pull, thank God for whatever it is that you are able to do. I want you to have that not just once in a while. Do you? I think we hug and talk and wait for folks to show up. Are there any other questions before we jump off? All questions already? That's what it is. Gangster. So, Sergio, I don't know who you are, but I think there you go. Okay.
And is Mama Vera gonna hop on and say hello? I just sent her a little message.
She
And
disappeared. I'm not
as
in the back. Yeah, he wanted you to say something.
I just love that image of sharing these profound, beautiful, expansive stories with little kids and starting that level of expansiveness by being affirming of where our young people are and whispering. I have this beautiful image as you were talking of parents just whispering stories into their sleeping child's ears and just
Right.
um, breathing those embers of love and wisdom into their little hearts. I'm getting
Yeah.
emotional thinking about that. What a beautiful, beautiful,
Okay.
beautiful
Thank you
little.
for that.
Hmm.
And even well, and for folks who know me well, they know I'm the least vain person in the world. So I couldn't put my picture on the back, but I put it in the inside because I wanted the babies to turn the page and say, "Ooh, it's a sister that wrote this book. I could write a book." you know. So yeah.
Love that.
Mhm.
And let's see. I don't see Navira on here.
Hey, Shakola. How you doing? I don't know. Is she gonna
Maybe.
make it? I thought I heard her voice back there.
Hmm.
How you doing?
And
I am doing a book signing. Yes, I am.
It's a book sign.
Yeah, it's that we're live right now. It's okay. You can come on in. Yeah, this is the book.
Congratulations.
Thank you,
Oh, I'm
Rob.
so
This is a
excited.
world famous man. I gotta stop. I was talking
all right.
Well, I'm
Listen.
going to get my copy. I do want to do the autograph.
I said, beautiful.
Who's the artist?
That's me.
You're kidding.
Yes. It's my book.
I didn't know. No, I know you, but you did the illustration.
Oh no. Oh, the artist. Her name is Cherie Mays. She's not here in New Orleans. She's out in Georgia.
No, I didn't think you were a visual artist. I know
But I
you're.
am. No, I just said this is my artwork.
Oh,
See, I could do stuff.
so wait a minute. So both of these are the Book of Mills.
Well, this is for the grown folks and this is for the children.
Oh, all right.
No, you can't have that one because that's for my daddy. I'm gonna get in trouble if you take that.
Okay, I'm going to get a copy.
Thank you, Baba.
So when do you autograph? Now or later?
As soon we're about to wrap up, so as soon as we're done, in a second, then I can take care of it. They got some copies up here by Mama Jennifer.
Okay, well, I'm here to get my copy.
All right.
I'm just so excited about us.
Thank
You know, that's
you.
something I want to do eventually too.
But let me
But
know because I do publishing too.
I'm just so happy for you, and
Thank
you're doing so well.
Thank you. I get it from you.
No. Okay, let me get out of the way. They
Oh,
can
you
finish
fine.
doing whatever they're doing.
No, you fine. This man is one of the best thespians, one of the theater pioneers. Uh-huh. So no, when I said that, I meant it. I get it from folks like him.
What a wonderful place to launch this. And so I'm super excited to be able to be part of this. This is archived both on our Crowdcast platform as well as on our Facebook Live. And so for those of you who would like to reach Miss Asia, Rainey at gmail.com, you'll see that in the chat there. Both as an accomplished author, a spiritual leader, nurturer. I just want to say thank you for the inspiration and may those stories continue to warm the hearts of so many. So please, I hope you do stop by Community Book Center and pick up your copies, say hello to our author, get your autographed, spiritually enhanced copy with the little one. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All the best.
Thank you
And
so much, Sergio. All right. I'll see y'all soon, and I hope to meet you soon, Sergio, in person.
oh,
With
all right.